This video, I'm going to show you how to stop making money, love, and success important, and I'm going to show you exactly what to do instead. This makes all the difference, and this will allow you to really perceive of what you want in your life. Welcome back to another video. My name's Aaron, and I help people expand their consciousness. Now in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you why you should stop going about money, love, and success by putting it on a pedestal. I'm going to show you how this is one of the biggest blocks that people experience with attracting what they want in their life. Because the moment we make something very important or just important in general, we vibrationally put it on top of a pedestal, we vibrationally separate ourselves from it, and then what we do is we try everything we can to get to it. But the thing is then what happens is we create a lot of resistance in the process. And the reason that is because we are emphasizing that we are not good enough. We are emphasizing that in the present moment right now, this moment isn't good enough, and maybe eventually I can get to a place that is. And the easiest analogy of way of thinking about this is how much putting and making things important butchers up vibration in manifestation. Think about it like this. You want to attract someone into your life. You make them your sole priority. It is so very important that you attract that person into your life. The moment you put them on that pedestal, they will vibrationally feel that desperation. They will feel that desire coming from you. And then it will trigger in them something that says, well, maybe I want to back off from this. You see, importance also is intimately tied with chasing. Because we are in a way chasing that thing that we're saying is very important. And because of that, it causes us to continue to try to get there. And vibrationally, it causes that thing or that person to run from us. So imagine you could easily have and be in the relationship that you want. But the moment you make it important is the moment that thing starts to go away from you. The moment you put it on a pedestal, you vibrationally separate yourself from it. Imagine you want to attract money into your life. Well, the moment you put money on a pedestal, you say this is very, very important, is the moment that money starts to run away from you. Because when you make things important, you magnetically reverse it. So imagine things are always coming towards you that are in resonance with you, but the moment you make it important is the moment that you start to repel it. Importance equals a repellent. It will literally repel other people from you. If you feel inferior, a lot of this has to do with inferiority. If you feel inferior to someone else, if money makes you feel inferior, then how can that come towards you? If love makes you feel inferior and you don't think you deserve love, how can it come towards you? If success makes you feel inferior because you're worried about what other people will think, you're worried about and think that you don't deserve it, then how can it come towards you? You see, this is the thing though. In reality, we get a reflection of what we believe we deserve. And if we're making something very important, we are vibrationally saying that we don't deserve it or that it's not currently here. But you see, the key to this whole entire process is going to be this paradigm shift that I show with you, because I'm going to show you how, when we talk about the law of attraction, a lot of times with money, love, and success, the way people go about it is from a low level of consciousness. They say, if I get that in my life, then I'll feel good. It's coming at it from the point of the ego. The ego dwells in lower levels of consciousness. The ego also dwells in mid-levels of consciousness, and the ego starts to really dissipate as we get into higher states. Still there, we have an ego because we're having this physical experience, and we had to, in a way, forget who we are to come here and to have this kind of experience that appears very real, because at the deepest levels, this is a virtual reality that we live in. We live in a form of virtual reality. The reason that doesn't resonate with some people is because it sounds a little bit too technical. It sounds too much like technology. But we perceive reality through the five senses, and this is a divine matrix that we live in. We set up this game so that we can forget who we are, so that we can incarnate here and then learn the process of what we are. Think about it. In higher realms, higher states of consciousness, you think it automatically there. No buffer of time. Here, though, we said, you know what? I want to be able to cultivate it. I want to be able to experience it. I want to be able to learn how to raise my vibration. I want to be able to learn these lessons over a period of time rather than all at once. So we chose to come here. The reason I say that is because then it makes it easier to understand that when we come here, we forget who we are. Then we buy into everything people tell us as we go through life. People tell us or make us believe that we're not worthy. They do that via ads, via social condition. They do that via the beliefs of your parents. Then we believe that we're not worthy, and we go through life experiences that reflect that back to us. And then we think that that is who we are. It becomes a recycled type energy, a perpetual cycle. Because our thoughts are, I'm not good enough. Then we consistently feel like we're not good enough. Then we take action and we act as if we're not good enough. And then we get the results as if we're not good enough. And then that fuels more thoughts that we're not good enough. But the key to this process is waking up. Waking up from the dream of separation. Waking up from the dream of unconsciousness, of unawareness. When you become aware of this, this is when your life begins to change. And in this lower level paradigm, we have emotions such as shame, fear, anger, guilt. Emotions that make us feel separation, that we're not good enough, makes us feel resistance. And what happens is we have this paradigm right here, and I'm going to show you how to transform your paradigm. When you transform your paradigm and you link up what I share with you, you won't have to worry about resistance anymore. Now understand this. All resistance, imagine this right here. How do you see yourself? What is your self-image? Because most people, first off, don't know what their self-image is. And because they don't know what that is, they're unconsciously going through and projecting out to people a certain self-image, getting a result back, a reality that's equal to that image and that feeling that they have about who they are. And then that continues that perpetual cycle. But see, here's the thing. This self-image right here that we are projecting out to other people are responding to us in a way. Now, anytime we make something important, we're putting that thing on a pedestal right up here. Imagine this is a pedestal. There's that thing. On a pedestal. It's far away from us. It's not within our realm of vision. We can only experience that which we are the vibration of. Now, understand this though. When you start to become aware of your self-image, you start to wake up to the old unconscious self-image. Now, the key to this whole process I'm going to be sharing with you is understanding that with your self-image right here, when you change your self-image and start to see these things as natural for you, they no longer feel important. Imagine that person that you want to attract into your life, and you're like, oh, you're really, really important. I really, really hope really badly that everything would just go right. If everything would go right, then it would be amazing and I could finally really be happy. Looking to the external. Well, that's saying that that thing is on a pedestal. It is vibrationally further away. Now imagine that instead, you have the self-image and the awareness that you are already whole and complete. You are worthy. Well, because you believe you're worthy, a natural byproduct of you is you putting out an image and a self-projecting out an energy that says, I'm good enough already. And then you would see it as natural for you to meet that other person, to see them at eye level versus seeing them on a pedestal. Now imagine this is money. You put money on a pedestal up here, and then you say, oh, it's vibrationally further away. I'm not worthy of it. My parents have only made this amount per year. I'm probably also only capable of making that much. But imagine instead, you realize that this reality is a form of dream. You realize that a lot of the old stories you told yourself are connected to that of old worn out beliefs and were hand-me-downs from your parents and from your environment, maybe from the environment you grew up in, the kind of school that you went to, whatever it is. And then you start to realize, well, that was just an experience that I had. That doesn't have to equal my present. You start to remove those layers of inauthenticity. You start to remove those layers that say, you're not good enough. Because the truth is that's an illusion. That's something that's got you to learn something powerful about yourself. And then you start to see money eye level to you. You start to see it as natural. You don't give it so much importance. Money is just an energetic exchange. Has no power other than the meaning we give it. But you've been given it the meaning that it's up here. And because that meaning is up here, you vibrationally feel like you can't have it right now. Money comes in proportion to the value you put out into the world and to the value of how you feel. If you feel abundant, you will perceive of more money around you. This works the same for money, love, or success. So the key to this is knowing that importance is putting things on a pedestal, but understand this paradigm. You have at the bottom, I've shared it before, have. Looks like an X, but it's just a little bit sloppy when the way I did it, okay? Have. This is the lower level paradigm. People at the lower level, when they say, I'm not good enough, I really want, can I just win the lottery? You're emphasizing that you want to have something, okay? The mid-levels, we then start to get to willingness. Willingness is the willpower, discipline, choosing. So a lot of personal development is at this level. So this is do. You do. And a lot of times this will be the bridge for many people, doing things. For me, I was taking a lot of action. I was doing a lot of things. And when I was doing a lot of things, I eventually got those results. It bridged me into then being. Now, being has to do with having from the being level, you being at a certain level of identity, but really, it's not really even an identity that you're piling on. It's more so letting go of what you are not. That's why when I talk about being, then one of the main factors is, are you doing what you're passionate about? Are you doing what you love? Because what you love normally is going to be something that adds value to other people. When I make daily videos, it's what I love. It also adds value. Maybe you make art. You make an art, not only adds value to you, but someone else can enjoy that art. Or by you being in that frequency, it encourages other people to be in that frequency for themselves. You see, the best thing you can do is to do what you're passionate about, because that will raise your frequency. Now the thing is as you move up this vibrational scale of consciousness, your vibration raises, and then you create things easier than ever. But attachment is what keeps you in lower levels. Attachment is also very often tied in with importance. If you are attached to the outcome, if you are attached to how things happen, if you are attached to a person, the person you're putting on a pedestal, if you are attached to money and how money relates to you, then guess what? You're keeping yourself in a lower level of control. As you move up this vibrational scale as well, there's a less of a need to control, and there's more of a need or a desire to allow. Because this is what I want to talk about as well. The difference between intention and intent. This comes from the Toltec tradition. I've been studying the Toltecs a lot because I feel a connection to them, and I feel like a lot of their information is, it's funny. I've been sharing a lot of the information I've been sharing. I look at it and I'm like, that's pretty much what I've been teaching for months now. And it kind of gives me more of a framework. But the Toltecs were around a long time ago, and Toltec means artist. Artist. We are artists of our own life. We are creating our own life. We all have a certain way that we see the world, and that in a way is our art. But most people aren't aware of the colors that they're using. They're not aware of the beliefs that they have. They're not aware that they can choose different colors. They think they've been given just, some type of one gray color. That's all you can use. Therefore, they've been painting with gray. They've been getting bored. They don't know if they enjoy it anymore. But what I'm here to show you is that there's different colors, and you're free to create whatever you want. Now, what happens is there's these two understandings, and there's a difference between intention and intent. Now, intention is willingness. Intention is a goal, a desire, a focus to create something. Many times that will bridge you from wanting, desiring, and then doing is the bridge into being. To being. Now this is natural for me. At first it felt a little bit fake for me to make daily videos, but I still enjoyed it, and it was still part of my passion, but it felt to do it that much. But then eventually that bridged me into being in that vibration. And you guys know the story. I became a full-time YouTuber within months of doing that. You can be in the vibration you prefer by giving yourself permission to do so. Now the other part of understanding this, though, is you connecting to your own divinity. You are a divine spiritual being who's forgotten who you are. And you've been playing according to this rule and to the ego mind, thinking that you are this little tiny ego that's just trying to survive. That's all the ego wants to do. The ego wants to survive, and the ego wants to be right. Those two things. It gets like a little emotional payoff from being right. Yeah, you did this to me. I told you not to do that. Better. You feel better. Not knowing that necessity to be right is what keeps you in lower vibe. So the key to this is being aware of that ego. Being aware of this, and then realizing that intention is powerful. You set intentions, you'll change your life. You set more intentions, and things will begin to change. Intent, though, is different from the Toltec tradition. Intent has to do with the intent of the universe to flow through you. Because you are a divine being dreaming right now that you are this little ego that needs to set intention and needs to have goals and needs to accomplish things so that it can feel better. if you could just get a little more YouTube subscribers, yeah, when you would be better. But until then, you just have to really want and desire. And then what you have to do is you have to set the intention. And you say, okay, right now you're at 700,000 subscribers. But if you can get to 800,000, whoa, then you'll be much more of worthy. You see, and that's what the ego does. The ego's going to say, okay, I'm going to keep trying. And maybe eventually I'll be worthy. Not knowing that that's just a rule in the mind. That's all it is, just a rule in the mind. And then I can scratch it off my list and scratch it off my goal and go, finally, I'm worthy. People love me. And because of that, now I can give myself permission. I could have gave myself permission in the beginning. But you see, the difference between the intention of the ego and the intent of the universe is that the universe wants to flow through you. You see, people tell me sometimes, they say, Aaron, how do you make daily videos on YouTube? It's so impressive. And my ego's like, yeah, it is impressive, isn't it? But really what it is I'm not doing these videos. Sounds a little bit weird. Sounds a little bit esoteric. But all I do is get into the flow state and allow this information to come through. That's it. I get into the flow state. This information comes through. And then it's like it wants to come through because it wants to be in this collective consciousness and it wants to help people. I, as the little ego Aaron, wouldn't be able to make a video every single day for 3.5 years or whatever it's been by just doing it for my own ego. I allow a higher level consciousness, the divine part of myself, to flow through. And then people watch it and go, Aaron, I feel a buzz when I watch your videos. I love the energy that I feel when I watch you. And all it is I'm tapping into my higher self, I'm tapping into a higher vibration, and that's reflecting back to you and everyone else or anyone else that thinks that vibration that exists within you is just a reflection. That's all I am too. We get to the deeper levels of consciousness. I'm just a reflection of you. You're dreaming of me right now. You're creating your own layer of me right now, and I am you and you are me. And it's a deep level of understanding, but intent is understanding the divine intention of the universe to flow through you. This is a higher level of being, because when you're doing what you love, you're just being in that vibration. You're also connected to the divine because you have a purpose for being here. So you see, have, do, be. The key is to just be, just to give yourself permission to be, to understand that anything that you make very important, you are creating resistance about. You are vibrationally separating yourself from it. And what you can begin to do instead is to smash that like button. If you smash that like button, I feel worthy, whole, and complete. Okay, it's very important right now that you smash that like button. If you smash that like button, then I can finally feel whole and complete, and you will make my day. Do you see how desperate that energy feels? Do you see how now you might feel a little bit of resistance to even smash that like button? Because I want you to do it so bad. Smash that like button and I can feel worthy. Please, won't you just smash it? But you see, that's the key. Is that creates resistance. That makes it important, and you vibrationally may not want to smash that like button. You see? Because when people try to control things or people try to do that and have that resistant type energy, it's a repellent. Won't you be in a relationship with me? If you would just be in a relationship with me, it would feel so good and I would finally feel worthy, whole, and complete. And you'd say, whoa, back up, bro. I didn't sign up for this. Imagine you sitting in money, if you just come into my life, then I'll feel worthy. I'll be able to buy that thing I really want to buy. Why don't you come to me so that I can just use you as an object? And money's saying, whoa, bro, didn't sign up for this. It's not even saying that. Money doesn't care. Money's just like, don't vibrationally resonate with that. It's just a repellent. So if you want these things to chase you, see yourself as natural for you to do these things. I mean, seriously, smash that like button if you like this video. But you see how the difference? You see the difference? Smash that like button. You want to smash that like button? Do you like this video like this? Do you like it when I get dynamic and I explain things like this? If so, why don't you just, just smash that like button if you like. But I'm not making it important. And because I don't make it important, guess what? You're more likely to want to do it. But the moment I ask you to smash that like button, won't you please smash it, is the moment you feel that resistance. So do you see that? You see the difference there? One, there's no importance, and I'm cool either way, and you want to smash that like button. The other one, though, it's like, please desperately do it. I'm trying to control you, and I really would like it, and you don't want to do it. So that's the difference. The difference is not what I say, It's the energy behind what I say. So why don't you just smash that like button and we can all go home. That's the key. So for this process, what I recommend you do is you start to tap more into your divine energy by having the awareness that anything less than that is an illusion. It's a temporary story you tell yourself. It's a temporary self-image that doesn't really serve you anymore. And what you begin to do is tap into these higher states of consciousness. So in order to move up the scale, the thing that you must do is to complete the past. When you complete the past, you no longer have to repeat the past. This allows you to feel 100% worthy, whole, and complete, which is this higher level of consciousness. What I'm going to link down below is a meditation that will help you to complete the past. If you listen to it for every day for 21 days, I think it will absolutely transform your life. It'll also transform your energetic field. And you'll read the comments there and you'll see what I'm talking about. And you'll see what I mean. But you see, if I were to say, please watch that video, it would really, really help you. Oh my goodness, it would feel so... See the difference energy? Just want to show, because vibrational resonance is the key to this process. So with that being said, if you did like it, then if you want, you could smash that like button. And if you want as well, you can also push on the notification bell so you can see daily vids. I have a lot more videos coming out like this, and if you want more, you have to hit that button to see the daily vids, because for some reason, that's the way YouTube does it. It only lets you see the daily vids if you hit the notification bell. So with that being said, I will see you on the next video. I appreciate you being here, and as always, peace, much love, and namaste.